Go President Trump! That was the best State of the Union address in the history of our country. President Trump is the conductor and he's hauling all of us Americans on the train to a better future. Choo choo! But man, those Democrats were so rude. Like not even standing. How rude was that? President Trump deserves respect. Yeah, my president's a patient president. Oh. Well, I'd better be going because I don't want to be late for work. Morning. Oh, hey, Gwen, did you see it? Wasn't it glorious? The golden age is finally here. Oh, morning, Karen. If by golden age you mean the era where we're all held hostage by a man who doesn't know when to stop talking, then yes, Karen, it was a real milestone for anyone who hates sleep. Gwen, it was historic. President Trump had so much to say because he's doing so much for our country. Yeah, President Trump's doing so much. In fact, he's doing too much, Karen. Whatever, Gwen, you're always so grumpy in the morning. Anyway, I've got to get to work. Toodles! You know, I wonder, does she wake up that stupid or is it something she's got to ease into throughout the day? And then I was like, go President Trump! Because that was literally the best State of the Union address in the history of our country. What do you need, Gwen? Well, I needed an Excedrin to deal with your annoying voice, but I just took one, so I should be fine now. But thanks for asking, Karen. Oh, whatever, Gwen. You're just jealous because President Trump gave such a historic speech. Oh, it was historic, all right. It was the longest State of the Union address in American history. It clocked in at 1 hour and 48 minutes. I mean, Trump literally broke the record he set himself just last year. It wasn't a speech. It was an endurance test for the human bladder. Whatever. Every single minute was a blessing. I mean, how he told us that the economy was roaring like never before. Oh, it was roaring, all right, Karen, with fiction, like when Donald Trump claimed how he had secured $18 trillion in foreign investment commitments over the past year. But even his own White House press office claimed that they had tallied only a mere $9.7 trillion. And even that includes informal, aspirational pledges that experts say are completely unrealistic. I mean, the guy literally doubled his own fake numbers. Yeah, well, numbers are hard. The point is, the United States of America is rich now. And did you hear? 0 illegal aliens have been admitted in the last 9 months. 0. Right, because if you repeat a lie for nearly 2 hours, it suddenly becomes fact. U.S. Customs and Border Protection data shows that while numbers are down, they are nowhere near 0. He also claimed that he passed the largest tax cuts in American history, which, shocker, is still not true. But I guess when you're rambling for 108 minutes, you have to fill the time with something other than medals for veterans and stories about hockey goalies. Whatever, you just can't handle how hottest the country is right now. Like President Trump said, we're the hottest country on earth. Yeah, well, I'm certainly feeling the heat, Karen, mostly from my rising blood pressure while talking to you. Anyway, Trump spent less than 40% of that marathon talking about actual policy while 20% of Americans are screaming about inflation. But sure, let's spend 2 hours on theaters and medals while the Department of Homeland Security is literally shut down. You're always so negative. Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to stay positive when Donald Trump has made our country one of the worst places to live on earth, yet there's people like you who continue to blindly follow him. Break's over, Gwen. Get back to work, you radical. You do realize you're not my boss, Karen. Hey, Megs, got a minute? Of course you do. You always got a minute for me. Anyway, just an FYI, Gwen is extremely cranky today. I think she's just mad that Trump ended all of those wars. He's the Prince of Peace now. Prince of Peace? Did you actually watch that 2-hour conniption fit, or were you just nodding along to the shiny medals he was handing out? Oh, I watched it all, every bit. He said he ended 7 wars, including Gaza. Karen, he claimed that he ended them, but in reality, most of those conflicts are unresolved, and his role as peace broker is disputed by nearly everyone who actually lives in those countries. Anyway, he also told the world that Iran will soon have missiles that can hit Europe and the U.S. That was right before their foreign minister called him out for blatant falsehoods. Look, the media just wants to make him look bad. He said inflation is plummeting. I mean, my eggs were even cheaper this week. Oh, congratulations on the eggs, Karen. Meanwhile, beef and veal prices are up 15%, and ground beef hit a record high in December. Look, Donald Trump stood there for an hour and 48 minutes lying about plummeting prices while economists are pointing out that his own tariffs added nearly a full percentage point to inflation in January alone. He's protecting us from the rampant cheating in the midterms. I mean, we desperately need that SAVE Act, am I right? Karen, there is literally no evidence of widespread non-citizen voting. Look, a Georgia audit found 20 non-citizens out of 8.2 million voters. That's a 0.0002%. He's using a record-breakingly long speech to sow doubt in an election that hasn't even happened yet because he's terrified of his sagging poll numbers. Oh, you're just a hater, Megs. It was a turnaround for the ages. Yeah, more like it was a circus performance for the ages. He ignored the fact that 2025 was the worst year for job creation since 2003, excluding recessions. He just stood there for 2 hours, basking in his own savior complex while real families are struggling to afford groceries. If I wanted to hear a man ramble incoherently for 2 hours while ignoring reality, I'd go to a dive bar at 2 a.m. It's cheaper, and I don't have to look at Mike Johnson's face behind him. Well, I still think the medals were nice. No, they were performative, Karen. Whatever, Megs. Well, I'm going to go because I want to find a TikTok that'll explain to you why the beef prices are all Obama, Biden, and Clinton's fault. Toodles, Megs. Yeah, you do that. Anything to get you out of my office, but I'm not holding my breath, Karen.